Hi everyone, in this video I'm going to talk about my OOSSXX 10-inch screen 1080p 8-channel outdoor wireless security system with 4 cameras. So here's the Amazon listing. I'm just going to show you, quickly scroll through it so you can see what it is, a little more information about it. And then I'm going to go and show you the camera and show you the basic setup, etc. So that's the listing. Now I'm going to close this and show you the actual system. So here's the box that it comes in. So not much here. Over here it gives you the details. So this system is pretty cool. It's a wireless system, but it comes with a built-in DVR and built-in screen. It's all pretty cool the way it's all put together nicely. So over here, I'm going to show you the screen, which is also the DVR. So right here, I opened up the back just so you can see it. Right here is the hard drive, and you can see, let's turn it so it's the right orientation. You can see they're using a Seagate mobile hard drive, 1 terabyte, with a part number and everything. So you can see that it's a legit name brand hard drive they're using, and it's a good quality one. And you can also see how easy it is just to slide it right out, and if you want to upgrade it to a different size hard drive, or if you ever need to access it, to use in a criminal investigation, etc. So this is the mount. You can see it's got the built-in bracket right over there that lets it stand on a table, so you could view the video right here. But the other cool part is right here. It's got the holes, so you can actually mount this on a wall. It's got one over here, one over here, and then a third one up here. But for some reason there's none on this side, I guess because of the way it's designed, but 3 should hold it in place pretty good. So that's if you want to mount it on a wall somewhere. Then on the top you got the antenna so that you could stand up, and a button right here for the power. On the bottom you got 2 USB ports, power port, port to plug into your Ethernet, HDMI port, and some air holes, for it to breathe. So I'm going to show you what comes in the box. So right here is a cord for the NVR. They write for NVR, make it easy and simple to set up. Here's the mouse that it comes with. Comes with 4 power adapters. Kind of looks like a cell phone charger, and they write on it for camera, in order to make it easy to not mix up which one's for the NVR, which one's for the camera. It's got an external antenna, if you need to run the cables outside or something. It's got a really short Ethernet cable. You might need a longer one depending on where your router is located. If you have this mounted right next to your router, you'd be good. Then over here is the box that the cameras come in. So it's got 4 of these. So I'm going to open it up to show you how the camera looks. So it comes wrapped in bubble wrap. Right here is where you screw in the antenna. And this side is where you plug in the power. Then over here is a port for the Ethernet if you need it, but keep in mind these are wireless cameras, so you don't actually need that Ethernet port. The only reason you would do it is if you have trouble with your Wi-Fi connection, let's say because your brick walls, let's say, separate the connection, that it makes it that the signal can't get through, or if it's just too far and you want to hardwire it. So here's the other reason would be if you have to fix the cameras, for some reason it goes off the network and you need to reprogram it, do some sort of firmware update, etc. So here's the antenna. It's pretty long. Hopefully the long antenna will help it be far. And over here are the mounting screws. So it's got 3 screws and these inserts for mounting in the wall. So I'm going to plug this in so we can see how it looks. So let's open up the power adapter. I'm going to take the twisty off. So I'm doing this live setup so you can see how it looks exactly, when you take it out of the box and everything. A lot of the videos that other people do, they're kind of like a fake setup. It's not really how it looks, it's not really how it's done, etc. I'm gonna plug the USB mouse in there also, right here, so we can watch exactly how this happens. So I haven't used this before. I've used similar systems. I've never used one with this built-in screen, which is really cool. I like it because it makes it you don't have to plug in a separate monitor via HDMI. So my current system, I have to run the HDMI cable to a separate monitor in order to see it. I just wanted to show you once while that's booting up. We got a manual over here that's pretty thorough. It's got like, I don't know, 30 something pages here. And it also comes with some stickers for 24-hour surveillance. And one last thing I'm just going to show you is 10 inches. So we're going to pull out the tape measure. Oops. Move it over a little so you can see exactly what those 10 inches mean. Alright, so when I say 10 inch screen, that's talking about 10 inches, on the outside. The actual screen real estate is about 9 inches over there. Or it's, we got 10 inches diagonal, and then the height is 6 inches. Okay, so to make it simple and to make it super cool and ready to roll, I set up 2 cameras, one outside and one inside. The lighting is not the best right here in the room. I don't know, the camera is making everything look blue, but we'll see if we could fix that. Make it a little more realistic. Okay, so I put 2 cameras. I didn't do anything. I just plugged them in and put them outside. I didn't set up anything here, so we're going to see how it looks quality-wise. So first prompt is username, admin, password, and then we're going to have to hit OK there. Let me quickly check what that password is. Well, let's hit OK and see what happens. Okay, so right here is your phone client. So it gives you options for Android. Let's see if I tilt this a little. Let me turn off a light, see if it gets a little nicer in here. Okay. I think you can see things a little better now. Okay. So let's try that. So right here, we're going to zoom in a little. Okay, so choose your phone client, Android, iOS, Cloud ID, etc. We're going to hit next. The channel should conform to local laws and regulations. Just going to hit next. Please confirm whether channel complies. Yes. Okay, so over here we got to the setup. So let's zoom in a little. Okay, so we got time zone. So we're going to click this. We're going to click the time, whatever you are. If you're Eastern time zone, you're going to click the arrows in order to get the right time. Hit, we need -5, I think. Okay, we got the date right, and then do a time. The time, we'll set it, let's say, okay Google, what time is it?
The time is 8:53.
Okay, so we're gonna hit 8, which would be, wait a second, is it 24-hour time? Yeah, so it's 24-hour time, so we're gonna do 8, so it's gonna be 20. Apply. Okay, then over here you select how you want the format for the date. And English, keypad, we're just gonna hit next. So now it's trying to connect to the LAN. So right now I did not plug my internet into it. So that's not actually going to connect. So it gives me a warning, network cable is disconnected. So it could be offline. I'm gonna explain to you how this works. So right here you can see so Wi-Fi. So let me explain how Wi-Fi works. So everyone gets confused. It says wireless cameras, or they're wireless, but you need wires. What does that mean? So wireless cameras. So there's two types of wireless cameras. There's complete wireless. True wireless is that it connects to your system via Wi-Fi, and it has a battery power in order to power the camera. The problem with those type of cameras is you have to charge those batteries, and they usually can't do constant recording. They're usually only motion-based recording in order to preserve that battery. So systems like this, or DVRs, you can set them up to record based on motion or constant video, whichever one you want. It's got many options to set up the exact way you want because they got a constant power source. So these you have to plug it into a regular outlet, but they connect to your internet via Wi-Fi, right? So it's a wireless connection. So some will have a cable that you have to run, let's say, back to the DVR. So you connect the camera, run a PoE cable, a power over Ethernet, or a BNC cable, etc., from the camera to there. So that means you're running cables that are 50 feet long, 100 feet long, and you have to run through walls or outside the house. It gets really complicated to set up. It's a lot more work, a lot more effort for the standard homeowner if you're not a professional. So this system makes it easier because you just need an outlet. So as long as you have an outlet, you could plug in the camera to the outlet or run a small extension cord and put the cameras exactly where you want them. So just as an aside, when you set up the cameras, so make sure to set up this DVR and then run the cameras, use extension cords so you can move them around to see exactly how it looks on the screen. Make sure you're capturing exactly what you want before mounting it, because once you start making holes in the wall, you don't want to have to make a hole, then take it out, make a hole, take it out, etc. So it's better to just run an extension cord and move it around. You can look at the monitor, right? Because this doesn't have to be plugged in. This could just be, and this doesn't have to be plugged into your internet in order to see the cameras, because it has its own Wi-Fi network, right? But in order to see the video remotely, like while you're not at home, to look at it on your phone, etc., there you need it to be connected to internet so your phone could connect to it via the internet. So right here we're gonna look at the hard disk. This is the hard drive right here. So it shows it's got capacity of 931 gigabyte, which is basically a terabyte, but it takes up other space for other stuff. It's saying it's used 1 gig, etc. You can format it right when you start, or we'll just hit done to start going so we can see how things go. Okay, so it's pretty cool. I did not do anything right now. The only thing that I did was plug it in. As you saw, I just turned on the system. I didn't configure anything, and you see it's ready to go, right? It shows right here, this is my backyard. Let me double click it so you can see a nice big view of my backyard, and this is at night. So this is night vision, so you see it's got the black and white coloring, but it's really crystal clear. You can see exactly what's going on. I know it's not as good with video, but it's crystal clear over here. You can see a lot what's going on. And then over here you can see my basement. You can see it's really nice. You can see it's got good lighting. You can see exactly what's going on. That's my Google Home over there. It's facing the ceiling because I just plopped it down on a shelf so you can see how it is. Okay, now we're going to right click, and you can see over here these settings are really similar to a lot of my other DVRs. It's pretty standard. So let's just go to system setup so we could see the general settings before we sign off over here. So over here, general setup, record setup. So this is the big thing that you're gonna focus on. So what do you want? Do you want it to be time based, motion based, or alarm based, right? So this is where you're gonna click and set up, etc. How you want things set up. Whoops, sorry. So over here it shows Sunday from 0 to 23, basically the hours of the day. Here's alarm setup, zone setup, etc. And then over here you click the different cameras and you can see what's going on there. We're going to hit network. So over here's a bunch of settings that you could set up. Obviously I didn't set anything up yet. Channel, system, etc. Hit cancel. So let's go to video manage. So over here we're going to see which cameras are connected, which ones are disconnected, etc. So it shows the two that are disconnected. Those are ones still sitting in the box. And then here's for for Wi-Fi setup and other stuff. Let's hit cancel. Cancel. Another thing we're going to do is video playback. So over here you could playback video. So I had these plugged in for literally 2 minutes, but let's say we're going to hit search for a video from today. Shows two things. There's not much here because I just started and I didn't set anything up yet. So let's go back to see some other settings. So you got pan to zoom, which is not applicable. Here's manual recording, volume, setup wizard, fast network, adjust channel. A lot of, you can split the screen. You can write how many cameras you want to show up, etc. So if you want, you could just do one. You could do, two, etc. Whoops, split screen. Right, so you can set exactly which cameras you want to show up. So the nice thing about this is, if you don't want it to be connected to the internet, you just need like a local setup. You can just set this up anywhere. If you have a house without internet, etc., you can just plug this up, be set up in 2 minutes. Don't forget to to go into the settings and change it to record when you want. So where was that again? System. Sorry about that. Record setup. So this is where you're gonna set everything up. Where is it? Just get reset. So I hit reset, it clears everything, and then it's got options for the time based, where is it? So when you hit over here, you can do time, motion, or alarm. So if you do motion based, so you click that, and then you can select the time. You set the times when you want it to be motion based. Then if you want it to be time based, during these times it'll automatically record. And then you can set, let's say you go like this. Whoops. And you see how it's not going on each line because one line is dedicated for the time. So it makes it easy. You can just select over there, it'll go on the time, and the green will go there, and then the yellow will, yellow will go there. So that's basically how you set up the recording. And then you hit copy to and copy it to the other channels if you want the same schedule for all 4. So you copy done, and then when you look at the other cameras, you'll see it's all set up the same thing. So like, pay attention to what we just did because it's a crappy schedule. So let's hit reset. And then what I like doing is I like doing time based always, right? So this way it always gets me recording, but then I could also do motion based. So when you do time and motion, so I'll have constant recording, but then when you search, you can search based on just motion, and that allows you like in case the motion missed something for some weird reason, then you can still look at the time base and find what you want, and then hit apply and it's done. So now it's going to constantly record, etc. So over here it shows your, right here it shows your Wi-Fi signal in the top corner. So it shows that 4 bars, so you got a good connection going on. Then over here is I don't know if you can see it right there, it says zoom in. Not sure if any of these do much. Here's color adjustments. Oops. And here's PTZ control. So as I said, it's standard software for a bunch of different DVRs. So the pan to zoom is not going to do anything because these cameras don't zoom around. But this is basically how the system works. So as you can see, I got one camera outside, one camera inside. I'm going to go set up my other 2. I'm going to figure out exactly where I want to mount them, then screw them in, and then I'm going to have a system that's really easy to set up. I know this video is 20 minutes long, but that was the whole setup. You can set up this whole system in 20 minutes and be done, ready to go. Thanks for watching my review on the OOSSXX Wi-Fi video system. Have an awesome day.